Your cat isn't just staring at you. They're trying to understand something you haven't said out loud. And most people never realize what that really means. Because that quiet moment, when your cat sits across the room completely still, eyes locked on you, feels simple on the surface. But it is, and by the end of this, you'll see that stare very differently. You notice it when everything is calm. No sudden movements, no noise. Just you and your cat watching, not blinking, not looking away. At first, it feels almost uncomfortable, like you're being observed. But here's what's actually happening in that moment. Your cat is reading you. Not your actions, not what you're doing, but what you're feeling. Cats don't rely on words the way you do. They don't ask for explanations. They don't need clarity through language. Instead, they pay attention to things you don't even realize you're showing. Your breathing, your posture, the tension in your shoulders. And when your cat stares at you like that, they're not being distant. They're gathering information, trying to understand if everything around them is safe. But that's only the beginning, because not all stares mean the same thing. Sometimes your cat isn't just observing you, they're unsure about you. If your cat holds that gaze without blinking, without softening, it can mean they're still evaluating. Not afraid, but not completely relaxed either. To a cat, direct eye contact is powerful. In the animal world, it often signals tension, even danger. So when your cat chooses to look at you like that and doesn't break eye contact, it means something inside them hasn't fully settled yet. They're watching for changes, waiting to see what you'll do next. And this is where most people misunderstand their cat. They assume the stare is random, or that it doesn't mean anything at all. But your cat is constantly measuring emotional safety. And your behavior, your energy, shapes how they feel in that moment. Think about the last time you felt stressed, quiet, distracted. You may not have said anything, but your cat noticed. They always do. And that's when the staring becomes more intense, more focused. Because your cat is trying to make sense of something that feels different. But here's where it gets deeper. Sometimes during that same stare, something changes. Your cat blinks slowly, softly, and then they look away. That small shift might seem insignificant, but it's one of the most important signals your cat can give you. Because in their language, a slow blink means trust. It means they feel safe enough to close their eyes, even for a moment, in your presence. And when they look away after that, it's not disinterest, it's comfort. Now here's something most people miss. If your cat never softens that stare, if they always stay alert, always watching, it could mean they haven't fully relaxed around you yet. Not because they don't like you, but because trust for them takes time. And consistency. Every interaction you have with your cat builds or breaks that trust. The way you approach them, the way you respond when they come close. Even how you move through your space, it all matters more than you think. Because your cat is always paying attention, even when you think they are. But there's another side to this behavior, and it's more emotional than it seems. Sometimes your cat watches you not because they're unsure, but because they're connected to you. In a quiet, steady way, they sit nearby, not asking for attention, not making noise. Just present, watching, and in those moments the stare feels different, softer, calmer. Almost peaceful, because your cat isn't trying to figure you out anymore. They already understand you. They know your patterns, your moods, your presence. And that stare becomes something else entirely, not a question, but a connection. But here's the part that matters most, and it's easy to overlook. If your cat suddenly stops watching you, if that quiet attention disappears, it can mean something has changed. Cats don't withdraw without a reason. If they stop observing you, stop engaging in that silent connection, it could be a sign of discomfort, stress, or distance in the bond you've built, because to your cat, that stare was never empty. It was never random. It was their way of staying connected to you without needing anything in return. And over time, that connection evolves, the intense stare softens. The slow blinks happen more often, the tension fades. Until one day, you look back at your cat watching you. And instead of feeling observed, you feel understood. Because your cat isn't just looking at you anymore, they're comfortable with you. They trust you, And that silent moment between you was never just a stare. It was the beginning of a bond they chose to build with you.